Hey everyone, and welcome to our explainer of the day. I am so incredibly excited to jump into this one. Today we are doing a massive deep dive into the ultimate holistic glow up. We're talking about leveling up not just your outer appearance, but your entire brain, your energy, and literally how you move through the world. If you've ever felt kind of stuck in a rut and thought, okay, how do I actually reinvent myself from the inside out? Well, you are exactly where you need to be. So channel that big sister energy, grab a notebook, and let's just get straight into it.
Okay, I want you to be totally, brutally honest with yourself for a second. When was the absolute last time you did something for fun that didn't involve staring at a screen? Hard to remember, right? Look, I know, we are all guilty of it. In our modern world, the easiest, most frictionless default is doom scrolling. It feels like a little break, but let's be real, it's really just escaping. The honest truth, consciously choosing real, tangible hobbies is quite literally your ultimate protection against brain rot. It safeguards your mental health, drops the stress hormones, and actually gives you a fulfilling life completely outside of the algorithm. Section 1, Goodbye Boredom, Hello Evolution.
Section 2, the science of the brain. Because I promise you, this whole mental glow up thing, it's not just some superficial internet trend. It is rooted in real, hard biology. So let's talk about a little something called activity-dependent plasticity. I know it sounds super academic, but what does it actually mean for us? It simply means your brain physically remodels itself based on what you actively do. It's the literal biological foundation for all your learning and memory. When you start practicing a new skill, specific signaling molecules, things like calcium, dopamine, and glutamate, actually trigger changes in your gene expression. Your neurons literally sprout new little branches. Your brain is a muscle, and this plasticity is exactly how it grows when you put it to work.
Let's compare two totally different ways to spend your time. On one side, we've got the classic doom scrolling. Soaking up these short, disjointed bursts of high dopamine information actually rewires your brain in a negative way, basically fracturing your attention span. But on the flip side, we have active learning through a dedicated hobby. Doing this forces your brain to recognize complex patterns, coordinate multiple systems at once, and build deep, lifelong neurological dividends. Ultimately, how you wire your brain is completely up to you. Section 3, Mental, Muscle, and Intellect. Let's look at our first major category of glow-up hobbies. These intellectual pursuits are absolutely massive powerhouses for your cognitive capacity. Just think about reading for a second. You are literally absorbing years, sometimes decades, of someone else's thought and lived experience in just a few days. That is an insane return on your time investment. Then you have chess, which is silently training your brain in foresight and consequence prediction under pressure. Learning a new language gives you this massive memory boost. And playing an instrument? Wow, that is one of the heaviest cognitive workouts a human brain can perform, syncing your breath, your physical movement, timing, and perception all at the exact same time. And hey, do not sleep on fiction. Reading stories is not just escapism, guys. Walking alongside characters through their failures, their pain, and their growth is a direct, intense workout for your emotional intelligence. It literally trains your empathy. And let's be real, deeply understanding human behavior from the inside out is arguably one of the most powerful, attractive social skills you could possibly possess in the real world. Section 4, Sport, Beyond the Body. Because a true holistic glow-up isn't just about the mind. Physical movement is an incredibly powerful cognitive enhancer. To prove this, let's look at this really fascinating study out of Malaysia, published in the International Journal of Academic Research in Business and Social Sciences. Researchers surveyed over 200 higher education students to figure out exactly how their motivation for playing sports connected with their actual academic success. The breakdown of these motivations is super interesting. Notice the numbers here. Students who played sports primarily just to be active had a massive positive correlation, 0.818 with higher grades. Being part of a team also showed a really strong positive effect. Basically, the discipline of staying active translates directly into the classroom. But look at that bottom row. This is wild. Students who only did sports purely for fun actually had a strong negative correlation with academic success. If you're just messing around without any real discipline, it acts as a distraction. It's the actual structure and the routine of the physical activity that upgrades your brain. A totally perfect example of this structured physical activity is weightlifting. Lifestyle creator Amy Wang talks about this so brilliantly. When you lift, you have to focus so intensely on that muscle-mind connection. And this physical exertion actually increases something called BDNF, brain-derived neurotropic factor. This amazing little protein promotes entirely new neural connections and boosts your memory.
Plus, just seeing yourself physically get stronger, rep by rep, week by week, it builds this undeniable supreme confidence that totally spills over into your posture and literally every other area of your life.
Section 5. Creativity, Style, and Beauty. Because I really want to empower you to see aesthetics not as something frivolous, but as totally valid, incredible skill building. I absolutely love this quote from Amy Wang. She mentioned that she used to avoid doing her hair and makeup because she thought it took precious time away from studying engineering. But then she had this major realization: if I can learn thermodynamics, I can learn how to put eyeshadow on my face. And she is so right. Styling yourself requires genuine skill, patience, and continuous problem solving. It's a real craft. Treating your personal aesthetics as a hobby is such a deep act of self-love and learning. Think about diving into seasonal color analysis or figuring out if you have a triangle or an athletic body shape so you can completely tailor your wardrobe. Think about practicing really intricate hair techniques or learning body-aligned cooking, treating your food as literal information to balance your hormones and support your gut health. You are mastering the ultimate canvas, which is your own life. And if you need a hard, practical reason to care about all of this, get ready for this wild statistic. Studies actually show that women who wear makeup earn about 40% more than those who don't. It's something known as the halo effect. Taking the time to master your presentation strongly signals competence and self-respect to others, and it objectively impacts your professional success and how the entire world receives you. Section 6. Attraction through passion. So, how does all this internal brain rewiring and external styling translate to real-world magnetism? Well, a massive thread on Reddit simply asked people what hobbies they found instantly attractive in others, and the answers were so revealing. People completely swooned over cooking and baking, playing an instrument, learning a new language, woodworking, and yes, even powerlifting. It literally ranged from delicate, intricate arts to heavy, disciplined strength training. So the crucial point here is this: it doesn't actually matter exactly which hobby you pick. As one top commenter perfectly put it, it's not the hobby itself, but the passion, the discipline, the focus, and that linear growth that you show. Having a rich life outside of your phone, geeking out over something you genuinely love, and showing real competence, that is the ultimate magnet for human attraction. So, I want to leave you with one final question. Which hobby are you going to choose today to kickstart your holistic glow up? Whether it's picking up a new book, getting into the gym to lift some heavy weights, or finally mastering your personal color analysis, your brain is literally waiting and ready to rewire itself. Take that action today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I will catch you in the next deep dive.